What's good, people? We got the first episode of season 3 of It's Just Breaking with the homie from the NYC, Randii, who now goes by Young1. Now tell us about that shit, yo. How'd you go from being Randii to Young1? Yet your name is not Randii.
Yeah, and then my actual Korean name is Young1. And so
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so that's the name that I two guys I have in mind that I would like to battle eventually.
Two guys, oh shit.
But you would like to smoke. Make sure you say that.
Yeah, you want to fuck up because they suck.
I don't know.
This is gonna be a highlight on our Instagram. Yo, let's go.
I have in mind are Burn from Ground Illusions.
Yo, see that, Burn? Yo, my boy.
See that, Burn? I know Burn. You listen to our podcast.
You're getting torched, son.
Randii wants you. Randii wants you.
My boy True One's coming for you. True
You're
One.
done.
He's coming for you, Burn.
And the other guy is Mass from Styles Corrupt.
Oh,
Mass, you're done.
Mass is coming for you too. I don't know if you watched this. Breakdancing, bro, chill out.
Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle, but they get their heads burst. Suckers try to battle.
What's good, people? We got the first episode of season 3 of It's Just Breaking with the homie from the NYC, Randii, who now goes by Young1. Now tell us about that shit, yo. How'd you go from being Randii to Young1? Yet your name is not Randii.
Yeah. Okay. So right off the yeah. I know Dennis has been curious about this.
Oh, Dennis is curious, all
because
right.
I hear. Yeah. So I guess I'll just start with how I got the name Randii.
Randy, you need better internet, bro.
It's a little bit laggy right now, but it's a little bit laggy, but
it's laggy.
Oh, a little bit.
While we're in this intermission, yo, everybody, like.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine now. But yeah, yo, James, place your ad. Place our ad.
Fucking what else? The Patreon, join that bitch. Thank you very much. Like it now.
Hey, you said bitch. You can't say bitch.
Oh shit, I said shit.
Yo, we can curse on this.
Yo, you can curse.
Hell
Yeah, of course.
I just said my cousin went to prison, bro.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, that's for the people.
You're fine.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to it. Randi's connection is good. So how'd you get that name, Randii?
All right, word. So there's actually two stories behind this name. The story is how it got started, and then the second one is how it stuck. So Strike, maybe it's a first-person shooter. Am I still lagging?
Wait,
a little bit. Yeah,
you are lagging a bit.
We'll cut this out.
Okay. So yeah, I used to play this first-person shooter called Counter-Strike, and I used to wall hack. Yeah, so that means like
fucking cheater
and shit.
You're one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah. And what you gotta understand is that when you're spectating someone who's wall hacking and they don't really know what they're doing, it just looks like they're staring at a wall, like no good reason.
Very sus.
And like he'll just turn around. Yeah, it like I'm playing like mad randomly. That's how I play. Yeah. So everyone in the game would call me Randii for that reason. And then
random
since I played
Randii,
with
right?
like my friends from real life, yeah, exactly. So they just call me Randii in real life then. Yeah. But then the reason why the name stuck is because one day I was playing football with my boys, and like I don't play football, like I'm a skinny dude, so they just threw me at wide receiver, like, and I was just running around like pretending I knew what I was doing, and then on one play the quarterback decided to throw the ball to me, and I was just running downfield. I was like, I'm gonna catch this shit and actually do something in this game, and then I caught it, and then being like the play of the game, and so people called me Randii because there was a guy named Randy Moss. Do you guys follow?
Randy Moss. Oh, true.
Yeah.
Damn.
They called me Randy Moss, and then after that moment, I was like, I guess this is just gonna be my nickname.
Randii.
Yeah, that's how that name got started. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then so when I started breaking, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use Randii because I don't really have another alias to use, and this is the one that people have been calling me by forever now. So yeah, that's how Randii started. And then how Young1 started is because after a while, Randii I just didn't feel right representing the nickname Randii anymore.
That's not your name, bro.
It's not my real name, first of all.
Right there.
It's not my real name, first of all. And what I should say here is that I would use the nickname Randii a form of rebellion because I didn't like my real name, like Daniel, like I never, I don't like that name. yeah, I guess, but it's just like I felt like it never fitted me. And also when I was younger, there were a lot of people that also shared that name. And I hated the fact that like I was one Daniels, you know? So, and Randy was like a nickname that I earned. I kind of like that, even if it's not for the best reasons, like, you know, yeah. So, but then after a while, I was like, I don't really feel representing the name Randy, because like I'm not the same kid that I used to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my actual Korean name is Young1, and so
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so that's the name that I kind of grew up with. And when you say it fast, which my parents always did, it just sounded like Young1 anyways. Yeah, and so
damn, yo, like, because the reason I asked, we were wondering, is because I thought you were trying to be a rapper or something, like Young Ma or some shit like that.
Oh no,
so you're
Young1. well, Young1 is mad. It does sound mad hip hop too, right? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna use it because it's not only like personal, but it's also like pretty.
Oh, that's cool,
makes sense,
yo.
Makes sense.
I thought it was like super random one day, because I was like, yo, Randy. And you're like, yo, what up? I'm like, yo, just so you know, my name is Daniel. I'm like, the fuck?
Dennis, I think you're the only person in the scene that actually calls me Daniel. Like,
let's go.
Yeah, man, and he's also one of the only people that call Ills Anthony.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I call people by their real names because I see them more as
There's nothing wrong with you having your real name, bro. That's the birth name, dog. Unless you want to get it legally changed, yo.
I don't see people as Bboys. I see them as people, dog.
Dog, if I was legally Randy right now.
Randy Moss? Oh my, that's fucking gangster, yo.
Damn, man. So, yo, you're from Floor Obsessionz crew. You're from the city of hip hop, yo, NYC. So, yo, this is coming from left field, but yo, what's it like right now living there as an Asian, yo? Because you know, with all that fucked up shit happening in America with all the Asian people, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, all the Asian hate. Been seeing it on social media and on the news, and it's like the big issue nowadays. Yeah. Honestly, like when I first heard about it, I try not to be alarmed because, like, first of all, Asian racism has always been a thing. Like racism in general has always been a thing. Yeah, like it's one of the biggest weaknesses of, you know, American and modern society. And if you look like generationally, I would say that racism has actually declined over the years. So like despite like the heightened sensitivity nowadays, like if you look at the big picture historically, like racism has gotten a lot better. So I try not to be too alarmed about this kind of stuff.
That's good.
And I'm also how do I want to put this in the right order?
You're not Asian at all.
Yeah. No. I have a lot. It says there's a lot of feelings, and because my parents had to go through a lot of shit too. You know what I mean?
If you ever immigrated or kind of, you're gonna
exactly. They tell me all these stories, but they're the ones who are always trying to like tell me not to, you know, panic and like think about like how things have progressed over time. Like, and I understand that like recently because of the coronavirus and, you know, like things have gone up recently, but so that's one thing. I try not to panic about it. And then secondly, I'm actually very happy that this has been like a main issue in the media, right? You know, because here I actually want to thank the Black Lives Matter movement, because like
we did it.
Yes, James. Yes.
Yeah, like they like knocked down the gates of like that was preventing all these conversations about racism. You know what I mean? And so once they did that, like all these other conversations began to become more normal, such as what we're talking about right now. So, you know, I want to show my appreciation for the Black Lives Matter movement. And yeah, I mean, look, like now that this is being addressed by so many people, it's obviously going to change for the better. Like personally, I never really felt threatened. Like, yeah, like I've experienced racism in my life, but I want to say that the people that are directly around me, they only show me love and respect, like regardless of what race they are. And so, it doesn't really affect me personally. But I always look out for my brothers. You know what I mean? Like,
true. That's the thing with being in the breaking scene or the hip hop scene. It's very multicultural. And
Race
like,
don't matter.
'cause,
If you're
like
dope,
the
you're
only
dope.
thing that matters is your skill level and your respect, yo. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Yeah, for real, yo.
True,
But you're a
true.
well-spoken dude, my guy, especially for someone that used to hack in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Yo, look at, all you gotta do is look at the book in his background, baby.
What does
Yo,
that
he
have to
knows
do
what's
with that?
good.
What does that have to do?
I mean, like, yo, I just want
Grimy
to thank
man.
everybody for being so kind. But I used to ruin a lot of things for other people.
Yo, man, you made me.
Yeah.
You're the type of guy that made me quit Counter Strike, B.
You took a lot of good things away from me, dog.
My bad, my bad.
You took a lot of good things away from me, dog. I was trying to have fun on Saturdays,
True.
but I'd be getting
All
one
right,
tapped
all right.
by people like you.
All right, yo, let's get into this, yo. So I gotta ask, yo. So you told me before that
Yeah.
you were watching our podcast, yo. So how did you discover our podcast? How did you discover some local mans from Scarborough, Toronto? Like, how did someone from NYC heard about us? Yo, I'm really
Yeah.
curious.
So I'm pretty sure I first found you guys on Instagram, even before you like post anything. And that probably happened because Dennis and I were already following each other. So like once you guys created the account, the algorithm just like suggested it to me.
Nice.
And yeah, like as I told you before the podcast started, I am already a big fan of podcasts. Yeah, like I have nothing to do but listen to shit all day during the pandemic. So
I feel you
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and also like I thought it was cool that you guys were starting a breaking podcast because I feel like the scene needs stuff like this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like most of the b-boys that I know, I don't really know them. Like I only see them
Yes.
at battles, which is a competitive atmosphere. And so I only get to see like their competitive side, which is usually not like the most welcoming side of them. You know what I mean? And so like, yeah, like I think it's nice that I get to listen to people talk about who they are and like what they think. And it's just another good platform for the community. So yeah, like yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Like that was the initial idea when we decided to make this podcast. We're like, damn, yo, because like for sure, a lot of our conversations happen after session or after a jam, and we talk mad shit during that time. We're like, bro, we are fucking robbed, yo. These motherfuckers,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers, or whatever. And then in my head or in our head, we're like, yo, man, I'm pretty sure people want to listen to this kind of conversation, yo. They like that heat and energy, yo. So then and also listen to a lot of podcasts as well. And like I'm like, yo, breaking, yo, there isn't really anyone doing this kind of shit or whatever. I mean, there is now, but like before, there wasn't that many. So I'm like, yo, let's fucking do this, yo. This is the dream, yo. Talk shit in public, yo. Let's go.
For real. Yeah, I wish more people did this kind of stuff, you know. So like I watched like your first few episodes, like you know, Ill's interview was insightful. Like I watched Tricky Troubles too. I've watched some of your newer stuff as well. So like Galantis Brothers, obviously Kurt Rage, Switch B, like these are all guys that I've spoken to in the past, but I never like speak to them in depth about anything. You know what I mean? So it's just like good to, you know, hear what they have to say. I also watched I thought the Hurricane Hong 10 live stream was mad entertaining, by the way. that was good. That was good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Smoke, dog. We witnessed a live execution, dog.
Yeah, this
Someone
for
had
real.
to make it entertaining, bro.
Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad. I mean, it was good, but it was real bad. You know what I mean?
It was
True.
real
Yeah,
bad.
so I guess going back to that topic of like not being able to know a b-boy's personality, like personally, I feel like that's maybe why like not too many people care about jams or like b-boys in general, is because you don't know the person behind the dance, right? And usually with any sport or any entertainment, like people want to know the personalities behind the sport. And like I just want to circle back to what like Break Free did with the press conference, because at the press conference I don't know if you watched the press conference.
I watched some of it. Not like I was mostly watching the battles, obviously, but I caught like some stuff. I know they did mad media work for that event. So
Yeah, they did. Like they're kind of following what the UFC is doing with like trying to like build personalities for these b-boys, and I feel like this is something that the scene kind of needs because most of these people I never heard what they sounded like before, and when I heard their voice, I'm like, damn, this is what this guy sounds like, huh? And I feel like maybe for Break can take the next step. Like you kind of need that kind of stuff, whatever.
No, exactly. Like all these other things that are happening, they get most of their following, I would say, from the personalities and the characters. And then like afterwards, people learn about like whatever it is, like if it's a sport or like an e-sport even, and then they get hooked into that. But like it's usually the human side of things that gets the mass audience hooked, and then like people follow through afterwards. So yeah, exactly. We're on the same page on that, man. We're on the same page.
Yeah. So I guess in the future, yo, I can see Young1 representing that shit in the next Break Free, yo, willing to talk shit to any rivals out there. Yo. Let's go.
You want to make a call out right now? Who do you want to call out, bro?
Yo, in the scene,
Like
you
any-
want to?
Like anybody I can call out.
Yo, this is the yo, for sure we're gonna ask you if you have any rivals in the scene, but if you want to shout someone right now, yo, we can like keep on saying it. You're gonna
Wanna
get it.
that
You're
out of
gonna,
the way,
it's
'cause
gonna
everyone
happen.
watches the beginning.
Okay,
Everyone watches-
okay.
Yo, who the fuck? Who do
Well,
you want to
since
fuck
this is
up?
a Canadian podcast.
Yeah.
Oh shit, someone from
Make
Canada.
sure you add
Yo,
some,
let's
add
go.
some cuss words in that too,
Okay.
yo.
So two guys I have in mind that I would like to battle eventually.
Two guys. Oh shit.
That you would like
Yeah.
to smoke. Make sure you say that.
Yeah, you
One's
want to
from
fuck up because they
Smoke.
suck.
I don't know.
This
I don't
gonna
know
be a
about
highlight
that.
on our Instagram. Yo, let's go.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know about that. Like I wanna have a good battle with someone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Someone
Yes.
that like I can go like round for round with.
A fun time.
Because if I wanted to just smoke someone, I could just like pick someone I know who I'm definitely better than.
Like pick me or something like that, right?
But like two guys I have in mind are Burn from Ground Illusions.
Yo, see that, Burn? Yo, my boy,
Yeah.
Hear
Randy.
that, Burn? I know Burn. You listen
Burn,
to our
yo, you're getting
podcast.
torched, son.
Randy wants you.
Yo,
Randy
my
wants
boy,
you.
My boy,
You're
True
done.
One's coming for
Yeah.
you, True
You're
One.
done.
He's coming for you, Burn.
And
right.
the other guy is Mass from Styles Corrupt.
Oh,
Matt,
man.
you're
Yo,
done,
Matt,
yo.
he's coming for you
Yo,
too. I don't know
True
if you
One's
watched
coming for you,
this.
Matt.
You francophone. Let's go.
So these are two guys that I respect a lot, and you know I've spoken to both of them as well from time to time. I think they're both pretty good. And I've yet to actually have like a one-on-one battle with either of them, you know. And I just know that like seeing them, that if I were to have a one-on-one battle, it would bring the best out of me, and I want that experience, you know. So
Yes.
that's why I want to call these guys out. So
Yeah, it's like-
yeah.
Edit out the respect part. But yeah, bro, that'd actually be sick.
And as far as rivals go, so
Oh,
I never.
I guess we'll go to that after. So I guess we'll circle back to like.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So,
It's your podcast, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Nah,
You're
no,
going,
you're a
you're
guest, so
going
you
ahead
can
of the
lead
schedule
it
right
too,
now.
baby.
Yeah.
Schedule.
Yo, your rivals right now, bro. Rivals.
All right,
Alright, yo,
Rivals?
fuck it,
Yeah,
let's do
Okay,
it, let's
sure.
go.
So the two there are two guys who I consider like my quote unquote rivals.
Loquito.
Yes, that is
fucking
that is
do it,
one.
let's
get it.
Yeah, he's one,
Damn.
and the other would have to be Nebs
Pop?
from the Titans.
Oh, Nebs.
Nebs
Oh
is
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and like I never really in the beginning like thought to have a rival or anything like that. Yeah, but it's just these two guys are the two guys that I constantly meet like at the battles, like especially one-on-ones. I always end up facing these guys, and you know, to be honest, like they usually get the best of me, but sometimes you know I beat them, and it's like always a back and forth, like, and like we're all good friends too because we're all from this area. Like Lokito's from Connecticut, Ned is from New York, so I see them a lot, and like so I get to track my progress based on these guys as well, and I know that they're hungry too, so it's like good to like keep up with them. So yeah, those are
Yo,
my guys.
yo, the homie Pop.
two
Yo,
stay
what
in
about
the
Pop?
finals.
I know you beat Pop a lot of times. Yo, what about the homie Pop?
Oh yeah, Pop. So yeah, no, not a few times. I beat him once. Okay, and then
Okay.
the crappy part about that is, for some reason like we battled again like after the finals. They had like a second final, and then he beat me that time. So I was just like, damn, like he still beat me at the end of the day. And then recently he beat me again. But I don't really see him as a rival per se, just because like our journeys, I feel like my journey with Nebs and Lokito have been more of like the same as opposed to Pop,
Makes sense.
who's a little younger, and like yeah, so and I'm close. And again, I'm not as close to Pop. I'm like much closer to Lokito and Nebs anyways. So yeah, but I mean Pop is definitely someone that I try to keep my eye on for
We
future
say.
battles. Yeah. So
So Randy,
yeah, what's up?
that
His
is
name's
your
Daniel,
real name,
actually.
which it is not. So where are you from?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
Long Island, Strong
Long-
Island?
Yeah, sure. Strong
Strong.
Island.
Yeah, sure. All right. So you're in the Floor Obsessionz crew.
Yes.
So
Now
what
known
floors
as-
are you obsessed with?
What floors am I obsessed with? I enjoy wooden floors. You know,
Oh,
Hardwood
nice.
and floor?
hard wooden floors. Yes, this is kind of a weird question, but I also like
Tile.
a smooth concrete floor.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
fuck with
Yeah,
smooth
you
concrete.
Like,
fuck
there's like a
that-
lot
fuck
of
that
like
lot
rugged.
concrete shit.
Yeah,
I can
like
get
that
obsessed
part.
with
Yeah, that just ends up with bloody fingers. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like a smooth concrete floor, like the ones they have at like a Washington Square Park in the city, like those are perfect.
So how'd you get down in your crew? Or how did you
Wait,
crew?
what the fuck? Okay.
How'd I
alright.
get
That's
down
what I
with
was
my
going with.
crew? Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, that's like the
So
okay.
so I I'm trying to remember exactly what happened.
Damn.
Okay,
You-
so
did you
this
start?
is what happened. This is what happened. So
Were you like the
um,
first member? Or
no, I'm not the first member. The crew had been around for like 9 years before I got down with them.
Yo,
yeah.
so let's do that, yo. So instead of jumping to that, let's ask like, yo, what was your first crew, and like how did you end up being in Floor Obsessionz?
Oh man, so many questions. So many
Yeah,
questions.
yo,
It's almost
James,
like
bro, you
a
jumped the
second
gun, bro. You
podcast.
jumped the gun.
how did I? All right, whatever.
James
No,
Gunn,
no,
yo.
you know what?
Shout out
You
to
know
Guardians of
what?
the Galaxy.
I want to go in order. Let me answer James first
yeah.
Okay.
because I have the story now in my mind. So
Yeah, hydrate.
I had my
I'm a
first
freestyle
exhibition
B-boy. I
battle set
freestyle
up.
my questions.
I'm a set B-boy.
With a b-boy from Connecticut named B-boy Benji, and I also want to give a shout out to B-boy Taipan at this moment because he's the one who reached out to me and was like, "Yo, like I think you're dope." Like I was obviously brand new to the scene, but he just saw me once and he was like, "I like let's set this up, yeah." But I didn't have a way to get there, so I hit up Franklin B-boy Jin, just because like I had seen him a few times at practice, and he's like, "Okay, like we're going to this jam, like we'll give you a ride, yeah." And so he picked me up. B-boy Jumanji Tanji, he was there too. Right, so it was just us three. So we made this road trip, and so yeah, I did this exhibition battle. Like I went pretty crazy because it was like my first one, yeah. So I wanted to make an impression, and then they ended up winning. It was a 2-on-2, and they ended up winning, yeah. And so the next day, we're all feeling pretty hype about ourselves, and we decided to go to Philly for another jam called Rhythmic Damage, and like we just all teamed up, and I entered with them, and then we killed it there too, yeah. Oh, by the way, we entered with Omen for that one, just because it was a 4-on-4. Yeah. Shout out to Omen.
Omen's
He's a
the
cool
man.
dude. Yeah. And so like I got pretty close to them, like just in that car ride, because they were looking for new members to begin with, because they were like really short on members, and they saw me as an up and comer who like matched their mentality of like always wanting to push it with this breaking thing and battle and whatnot. And also I was Asian, like this is an Asian crew, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
That's
yo,
why
Hogan
you guys
Gun knows
know
what's
him,
up, dog.
yeah. Like whenever like any Asian b-boys in New York, we always look at each other like, okay, like what's up, man? So,
The prospect right
yeah,
there.
exactly. So they're like, oh, are you in a crew? And I had recently just left the crew, so I was like, no, I'm not. And they're like, yo, like we're interested in putting you down. You want to be down eventually? So like, okay, yeah, like totally, yeah. You guys are cool. Like I love this breaking thing, and that was really it. It was just one weekend of like bonding and like doing these crazy last minute road trips.
That's what's up.
That did it. Yeah.
That's b-boy right there, yo.
Yeah, that's how you actually join a crew, yo.
I guess. But the weird thing is, and I guess oh man, so the weird thing is like I never actually had to do like a battle into the crew, which is what happened to like a lot of my. So I guess it's gonna happen now because I'm saying this on the podcast after like all these days. But yeah, so that never actually happened to me. I kind of wish it did, to be honest. But whatever, it is what it is. But now to circle back to your
First
question,
crew?
Eric. Yeah.
Yes.
So the first crew I was part of was called Soul Seekers Crew.
Soul Seekers.
it
Trying
was-
to look for some women, huh?
Yeah. It was a straight up kid crew. Like we're all like 1 or 2 years in. You know what I mean? We're all still like in high school or middle school. And I started with. So this was a crew. I started with my boy B-boy Agile from Floor Convicts crew.
Oh, okay.
You guys actually might peripherally know him because he's also in a squad called
Calgary?
GX International. Yeah, Calgary, exactly. Yeah, he knows like some
okay.
Calgary guys like A+. So,
Yeah, if you have Floor Convicts, yeah, because that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so yeah, I miss that dude. Yeah, I started breaking with him. And so we created this crew. And I remember thinking like, damn, what a whack crew name. Like it's so stupid. But it's weird because like years later, I think B-Boy Dizzy started like a group called Soul Seekers while he was in Korea. And it was like dope because he did it. You know what I mean? So anyway, so that's that. And then because a lot of those kids like stopped breaking, like it just never like continued. And then I started going to local practices in Queens, at the Queens Community House in Forest Hills, that's where I met so many people, like all the b-boys that like I still see nowadays. And I joined a crew called the Boondocks crew.
Boondocks.
Oh
let's
shit!
Go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
raw.
Riley.
yeah. And actually, Agile and I joined them together. He actually no, he was with them first, and then I joined like a bit afterwards. But the weird thing about this crew, or I should say, the interesting thing about this crew is that they were all Dominican. Like we were the only two Asians, and it just so happens that like we clicked because like I guess they also like the same stuff we did, you know, like anime and stuff, and like
Oh,
so
let's go.
yeah. So I was down with them, and like that was pretty interesting experience for me, just because like I'm from the suburbs, yeah, and I'm like down with these guys who are from the inner city, like from Queens, you know what I mean? And so it was a eye opener in the fact that like I got to get along with people that have a different background than I do, and like they're Dominican and I'm Korean, you know what I mean? So you know that taught me a lot. And then a lot of them stopped breaking too for like personal reasons, yeah. And I got down with another crew around the same time.
Shit.
Yeah, so this has been a journey, yeah. And this crew, damn, I'm so embarrassed to say this crew name because it makes no sense. It was called the Ravage Soil Crew.
Rabid soil.
Ravage Soil, yeah, I know. It makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. Like even to this day, like the leader, he had an explanation, and it didn't make sense to me back then, and it still doesn't make sense to me now.
What's his name?
But damn, gotta put him on the spot. You guys know this guy.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe.
Okay.
It's Bboy Loosely. You guys know.
Oh, loosely. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And the thing is, like back then, like he was easy, like the best kid, you know, like of all the teenage b-boys, like he was the best. He already was doing like flares. And like,
he has good power.
He's got
really good power and like dynamic footwork. And so like no one really questioned him when he came up with the crew name. Right? We're all just like, all right, Ravage Soil, it is. Like,
Yo, and he also has good networking skills too, yo. He has good networking skills too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, he's a fun dude, you know, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the guy, right? But you know, he's just a bit eccentric with some of the things he does, you know. But anyways, yeah. So that was the third crew I was part of. But then like since that was also a kid crew, and like it was also a pretty big crew, yeah, shit happened and like people like broke off, you know what I mean? And that's when I joined Floor Obsessionz.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff all that.
Damn, what a journey that was, yo.
Yeah.
Damn, so I guess quickly, who's in Floor Obsessionz studio? Shout out your crewmates, yo.
Yeah, word. So currently there's B-Boy Jin. There's B-Boy Philosophy. There's B-Boy Neo.
Neo.
What does Josh go by now? B-Boy Reload?
B-Boy
Yeah, I guess
Josh?
Reload. Yeah, he's always changing his B-Boy name. So I guess
okay.
Reload. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a crew member that did that before.
Yeah.
Who?
B-Boy Chemistry. You guys know who B-Boy
okay.
Chemistry is?
Chemistry, is that the really creative dude?
Yeah, I mean he's very creative.
Is he the
but-
flexible guy?
No, he's not the flexible guy. He is. Oh, guys, you guys have to look him up eventually.
B-Boy Chemistry.
So
Put him on the list.
yeah, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about him a bit later. But yeah,
Okay.
because he's like the trailblazer of
Oh shit.
Asian breaking in New York City. I guess.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the man. And then there are a lot of like inactive members as well. So there's B-Boy Lilfoot and Katya who are married, and they have 2 kids right now.
Damn, shout out.
There's J-Lo and Zen. There's
What the heck? So many B-boys.
we have not like Zen from Heavy Core. Like we have our own Zen.
Wait, there's another Zen?
Yeah, we were thinking of Zen from Fam because we also
Oh,
use
there's
Zen.
another Zen. Oh, shit. Oh god damn. Yeah. Right.
There's probably like all of them in India as well.
Yeah. There's Kelly. There's
Ego?
Ken. How could I forget my boy John Cha, one of my favorite crew members.
Holy
Why is he your favorite?
Cause he's just mad chill, dude. He's mad chill. Yeah, mad fun dude to be around. You know, yeah, man.
And all of these guys
Wait.
are Asian.
Yeah, I was at the
Yeah, they're all Asian except for Katya, who is a white B girl. So shout out to her.
Hashtag diversity.
Yeah, hashtag diversity. And you know what's funny is that the crew was actually originally not an all Asian crew. It was actually started by a black guy named Chris Dunstan, aka Bboy Element, who I've actually yet to meet, but I've heard so much about him, so I feel like I know him by now. But yeah.
Damn, sounds like Supernats.
Why? What about Supernats?
Supernats
It started by a black guy. Now there's only Asian people.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 generations of
I
black
guess so.
dudes, and then now it's like
all
one
Asians.
generation Asians. And they took it over.
And then there's nobody. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, now it's
Oh, damn.
Damn. All right. Yeah. I guess I want to ask about specific things about certain crewmates, yo. So
Okay, sure.
I heard that you were a judge during that incident with the homie Jin and the homie.
Oh no, I was not a judge.
Oh, you weren't
actually. Yeah,
Oh.
Tangi was a judge.
Oh,
Jumanji.
Jumanji was okay. I guess we'll go back to
Yeah.
Jumanji as well. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that incident then?
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
talk about
Were you
that?
there?
You want to
Were
talk
you his
about it?
partner?
I wasn't there.
damn.
But
Yo,
I
so what
was.
was that?
I heard
How
about it
was
right
that?
afterwards. And to be completely honest, like I don't want to spend too much time on this issue because
Yeah.
like the beef was squashed a while ago.
Okay.
But I think to give context to what happened, before, like I think like a month or two before that happened, Gravity was at a jam in France where he attempted a double backflip and then Lil Kev slid underneath him and then that like messed up his flip. Yeah. And so he really hurt himself after that. And then even before that, like there are a couple of like instances where Gravity like injured himself during a battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's the Evolution case and then there was another one upstate, you know, because he's doing a lot of crazy moves, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you take that kind of risk, like that stuff will happen. So I
Yeah.
guess like I'm kind of guessing here, but from what I understand and like from what I've read and heard, he was like fed up with like people interrupting him during battles that might like injure him. You know what I mean? So like that punch, I wouldn't say it was necessarily anger towards my boy. It was just like an anger towards like the scene, I guess. You know, like
Yeah.
like shit
And
that's
like
just
yo,
going
like
on.
why the fuck would you get away my like look what Lilu did to him? That's like even more dangerous.
Exactly.
yo.
Oh yeah, that shit happened too.
Yeah.
That
Like,
was
fucked up.
years later, you know.
Yeah,
So
yo,
it's kind of weird how that happened.
Damn, yeah.
It was happening to
I can
him
see
too.
that. I can see that
Yeah.
now.
Um,
I
But
guess
the-
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, but the part of the story that like people don't know is that after that happened, Jin and his partner Kem, they ended up winning the jam. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
you got,
it was the chemistry as
it
well.
was chemistry, yeah. Like he
Oh,
got
okay,
like
okay.
he got punched in the face. You know, they just shook it off, and they won the jam. You know what I mean? Like
Damn, yo.
Shit.
yeah, like mad
Violence
respect
can't
to that,
stop
and,
Mad
and
respect, yo.
no one knows that part of the story. So
Mhm.
it's just like that's kind of a shame. But I mean, the whole incident, the whole thing is a shame that it happened like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. B-boy
Yeah.
shit. you
Yeah,
know.
without context, it's
past.
kind of like Gravity gave
Damn.
Jin the 2-piece combo for no reason. But like,
yeah.
And you know why, yo? It wasn't about him. It was about the fucking scene, yo. All that. Sorry, Jin, you gotta have to take it, but fuck.
Exactly. You know.
God
took
damn.
a
Gravity
punch,
got a
won
lot
the
of
jam,
shit.
yo.
Gravity got a lot of shit in the scene too, in New York scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. So I guess let's talk a little bit about the New York scene, yo. So wait, so
Yes.
Gravity is not from New York, right?
No, he is from New York, man.
He's from New York.
He's born and bred
Oh.
New Yorker, and he like perfectly embodies like the New York like aggression.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so, you know, that definitely brought him a long way. So is there like a specific question about the New York scene you have
so,
here? 'Cause-
yeah. So I was asked. So like, I guess right now, like, who are the top dogs in the NYC scene?
Okay, the top dogs.
You can name yourself.
No, I
Sure.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
We'll name you.
No,
Can you
no.
just win a jam?
I did, but look. You know, I thought about this, and if I were to honestly rank myself in the New York scene, I know you guys did like your Toronto
Tier
B-boy
list?
rankings.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would grade myself like a solid B plus. You know?
Damn.
Oh, you're
Like,
humble, bro. That's
yeah,
the
like-
Asian humbleness, yo.
Yeah. Like I don't think I deserve an A. Like I think I would barely crack A minus, but I'm like a solid B plus in New York.
Damn.
But if I were to answer the question, I would say that Tata and Gravity are like the
Oh, yeah,
top
Tata,
active
yeah,
dogs
of course,
right now.
yeah.
I think cats like Pop, Uncle Will,
Uncle
Oh, yeah,
Will's
Uncle Will's
good, yeah.
nasty.
Uncle Will's nasty, B-Boy Zebra from Supreme Beings.
Mm.
Supreme Beings is so
Um,
nasty.
There's Kid K who goes by Dr. K now. And then like there's so many older B-boys who aren't as active, but I know that they're still nasty, like Frankie, Ken Fury,
Oh yeah, Frankie. Yeah. Oh yeah, those.
B-Boy
guys.
Richie Rich from X Fiends. Man, honestly, there's so many names. Like the New York scene is really big. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
I heard what James said the last episode about how the DMV scene is better than New York, and
I
that
like
got
it,
me,
yo.
that got me
Yo,
tight for
dispute
like
this.
a little
Dispute this.
a second. But look, I understand
Yeah.
that from an outsider who's not in the New York scene, you can make that conclusion,
Yeah.
because if you look at just the top dogs, like the DMV scene, like they're really good, like some of the best b-boys in the country have come from the DMV scene, like
LOZ, right? Because they just rep it.
yeah, like Isaiah. Like, by the way, something about Isaiah is he was like a big brother to me when like I traveled down there, so shout out to him.
Very nice
And
guy.
like Kurt Rage, obviously, Church. Another guy from the DMV scene that's really good is B-Boy DQ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DQ. Yeah, I remember.
I feel
DQ.
like his name doesn't get mentioned in this conversation about DMV breaking, but he wins a lot of jams there, and like he even did like the national qualifier for Red Bull.
He was in Red Bull,
representing
Yeah,
DMV.
and
Yeah, he
won.
did. I remember he versed Victor. I remember he battled Victor and
he's really good. But again, you gotta understand, the New York scene is really big. Like there's a lot of breakers out here,
Yeah, like some of the names that you mentioned, I didn't know were in New York as well.
Yeah. Like Jay, he lives in Florida now. Like he's born and bred Queens. You know what I mean? And so just based on like the sheer size of the scene, you're gonna have like a lot of like solid b-boys. You know what I mean? I'm forgetting the Titans too. Like all those guys.
Yeah, Titans,
like Neds, Mike Titan. And so so just because of the size of the scene,
James hella red right now, yo. Got called out. Now he's hella red.
James got called out. James about to catch the schmo.
It's like
No,
not
don't
even
smoke me, fam.
No. I understand your opinion. I just think it's not even close when you compare.
Shit.
I mean, I listened to Kurt Rage's interview. Like he said himself, like the breaking scene there is very small, right? So it's like if you take it tier by tier, like let's say the A tier or S tier is like pretty even. The B tier is like totally one-sided. C tier is totally one-sided. It's just like we come like the New York scene runs mad deep with breakers.
Damn.
Yeah.
True, that makes sense.
Good.
Damn. So I guess how would you compare the New York scene to like something like Toronto or like Montreal? So I guess bringing it back to our audience. So like
I think
think?
it's honestly it's quite comparable because like the New York scene, the Toronto scene has its own legacy. You know what I mean? And there are crews from Toronto that have been around for generations, like same as New York, right? And so I think in that sense, it's similar. I think the Toronto scene, the Toronto scene is very dope. Like I have a lot of reverence for the Toronto scene. Like whenever I go there, I try to go there at least once a year. It's like I can't front, like the scene is just nasty. You know what I mean?
You came to Toronto?
Yeah. I've been to Rock Harbor a couple of times. I went to another random 101. I went to what was it? It was some anniversary jam. I think it was Grandma Luz's anniversary.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Was there, and he called out like a bunch of people.
Yeah, I was there with Nevs. I was there with Nevs. Yeah. So
all the jams you said, those are all the jams I missed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
and I really like the Toronto style, like very thread-based, footwork oriented, like the attention to detail and the finesse. It's really dope. You know what I mean? Like I personally speaking, I prefer that to the New York style. That's not saying I'm hating on the New York style. It's just that like the way that I approach this dance is a little more similar to how you guys actually do it in Toronto. So that's all that is. And then the Montreal scene is also really dope. Like I think it's a bit small than Toronto, but I've seen the crews that come out of Montreal, right? Like Sweet Technique, Styles Corrupt. I think Cypher Sons are also from
Montreal, Cypher Sons are there from too. Yeah.
Right. And so like those guys have and they have their own style too. Like I think they're a bit more flowy. Yeah. And it's like subtle dynamics. That's how I like to describe it. Like you don't expect it, and then out of nowhere they do some like really crazy shit. It's like, damn, like that just like crept up on you,
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's kind of.
Go on.
I was gonna say like the Montreal style is really similar to yours, I think. Because then like I just remember you have really nice flow, and then all of a sudden you did some fucking crazy jump backwards shit. I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah. The killer whale move.
The killer whale.
Oh, dude, that's a good name for it actually. Yo. Like I can see that, the killer whale, yo.
How would you describe the New York style?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
That's a good question.
The New York style. So the New York style is so breaking started in New York, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of the traditional footwork techniques that we all
Mhm.
learn, like that's all New York. Yeah. I think a really good example of a New York style is someone like Bboy Jigs.
Mm-hmm.
If you know him, like his top
Yeah.
steps are like sharp and crisp. And then when he gets down on the floor, like his drop is really always really cool. And like his techs are always like to the point and like again like sharp, and like all his angles are right, so that is definitely New York. And then something else that I think is really uniquely New York is the hitter style. Yeah, like
Like
Mhm.
Tata.
Yeah.
and Pop does too. And Sham God. You guys know Sham God?
Sham God is so sick.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Damien? Is that guy? From
Oh
New
yeah,
York?
oh my god, how could I forget my boy Damien? Dude, him and I and Nebs were on that trip together to Toronto.
Yo, I got you, bro. See, I got you. I got you, dog. Yo.
Damien is so funny, man. He's a man. But yeah, so that's also like very New York, and it's kind of weird, yeah, because that almost seems like the polar opposite of like the footwork and like the top rocking. You know what I mean?
Two different
Yeah.
sides.
But I think what connects them is like the rawness of it, like how it's done. Like you can just tell. Like it's hard to capture through footage, but like when you're in front of it, you can just tell like, yo, they're just busting this shit out. Like they're putting like they're all into it, yeah. And so I guess to cap off this question, like that I think is the essence of the New York style, like the energy that you bring. You know what I mean? Like whenever like I traveled quite a bit in the States, and whenever I go to another scene, like there's dope b-boys everywhere, like what I
Yeah.
mean. But the thing that I always feel like I'm missing from b-boys from other scenes that I always get in New York, no matter who the breaker is from New York, is like the energy difference and like the in your faceness, even like through the move itself, So yeah, that I would say is the New York style.
True. So,
You can make
so I
it
guess
there,
going
you
back.
can make it anywhere.
What's up?
Go on. I'm just talking shit. Don't worry about me.
Oh
Go on,
my
Eric.
God. Yeah, so I want to go. I want to go back to like about your style in particular, because like I guess because like when I see your style, I would not thought that you're from New York, because you have a very unique style, like compared to like everyone in New York. So I just wanted to ask. So like how did you start breaking and how did you develop your style?
So from the beginning, like I always wanted to be different, yeah. But you gotta understand that like from the when I started breaking, I had a very poor understanding of like the foundations of the dance, even like the history and the culture. Like I didn't know much about it. Like I would even say that like I sort of rejected the foundations at first, because I wanted to do my own thing. All I had was like a vague understanding of what the dance should look like and what I thought was cool, And so when I started, like I'll just try all the moves that I thought looked cool, yeah. And then also like I don't have much patience for things. Like when I was younger, especially when I was younger, like I wasn't a very patient person, so I just wanted to get like moves fast. I didn't want to take the time to like learn proper technique, which I understand now is very important. So I would just get moves that like I was able to do like right away, that just came to me, yeah. And then in addition to that, I wanted to like start battling right away. Like I've always been like a very competitive dude, and so like I wanted to get the moves fast. I wanted to like get the moves that I knew I would be able to throw and like think that I thought would help me in battle right away. And so that's kind of like the beginning of like how I started, which by the way I wouldn't advise to like any beginner nowadays. Like that mentality was like my foundation, yeah. And it's only like years later where I began to accept that like, okay, I have to like learn the proper steps, like build up like proper foundation to actually take myself to the next level. But I want to mention 3 crews that had like a major impact on me throughout my breaking that really impacted my style. And I'm gonna use a different word to describe each of these crews, yeah? The first crew would have to be Jinjo crew. From Korea.
Yes, Ginger Crew. That was me when I was watching.
Yeah.
Me?
Yo, shout out to James because I know you're a hater of Ginger Crew.
Dog. Yo, they don't know how to up rock like me, dog.
Yeah, I don't know how to up rock either, man.
I don't know how to up rock either. Yo, fuck.
You never seen Barrow's up rock, dog? Come on.
His slice and dice up rock. But yeah, but like they're Korean crew. I'm Korean, and like they win a lot of battles. Yeah, so how am I not gonna watch these guys?
True, yeah.
And so like these guys really motivated me, yeah, because they also break to battle. You know what I mean? And they also are very unconventional with their style. Like each of their members has like their own thing.
Different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so watching these guys like further cemented that mentality that I mentioned before. And on top of that, the way that I learned a lot about how to organize my movements by watching them. Cause like I admit it, like I'm a set b-boy, you know, like I like, that doesn't mean like I don't like freestyling, you know, like I like, you know, people who are around me, like they know that I enjoy freestyling. It's just that when it comes to battles, I want to be prepared.
That baby.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes the most sense.
And so like, and Ginger does it very well. Yeah. So like, I just like picked up things just from watching them. And so, you know, they motivated me and they taught me these things. The second crew that I have to shout out would have to be a Lands of Zion crew from the DMV. Again, going back to those guys, right? When I first started to come out and really battle a lot locally, like they were the crew that was killing it. Like they were winning every jam. Like I would see them everywhere, you know. And so obviously I looked up to these guys. These guys really inspired me, yeah. Because not only were they the best, but they were also like they were relatable in that like they're also from the burbs.
Yeah.
You know, like most of the b-boys I bet at that point were from the city because I'm from New York. But these guys, like they're from the suburbs. Like I could talk about things with them and actually connect with them, you know. So just to see people like that killing it in breaking, I was like, wow, like this is pretty inspirational. And again, they're also very creative and they also like organize their movements very well. And so I picked up things from them in addition to Ginger crew in that sense. So yeah, LOZ. And then the third crew would have to be my own crew, Obsessionz.
Let's go.
Yeah, because like, you know, I know these guys so well. Yeah, like these guys are my friends, like they're my brothers in arms. And so, because I know them personally, like I understand why they break the way they do. You know what I mean? Like I was able to connect like the person to the breaking. And so that forced me to think about like the kind of person I am and how my breaking should represent that person. Yeah. So yeah, those are my three main influences, and that's how my breaking sort of evolved and became what it is today.
That's super dope.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we go into this next, yo. So who are your top 3 favorite b-boys in the
Top
world? Let's
favorite
go.
b-boys.
Who are you a fanboy of, yo? Let's go.
All right, yo, let me guess right now. Right now. Isaiah?
No.
Barrow?
Nah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good. Okay. Respect, bro.
Ah, man. I feel like the answer to this question is always changing.
Yeah, that's fair. Like it always changes. Yeah.
It's always Ken Swift all 3 times.
Nah. Ken Swift. Nah, he's dope. I watched a lot of his old clips. The stuff he was throwing back then is crazy. But for this question, so man, I'm kind of like thinking off the top right now. But one guy I have to mention is Phil Wizard.
Phil Wizards? Oh
yeah,
shit,
he's super dope,
yo.
man. The way he does his thing is super dope. Another b-boy. This is in no particular order, by the way.
No order needed. Yeah.
So someone else I really like, and this answer might surprise you, is Pac.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Pac is sick. Yo, I like Pac.
Yeah,
you can still
look,
like
man.
the style.
I've seen a lot of haters of Pac. Yeah, like online.
We know why.
Yeah, like you know, people have, you know, everyone's a critic, right? Here's the thing: I saw Pac in person at IBE like several years ago, and it was just like, damn, like this guy comes hard, you know.
Yeah.
I could not. I had to have to admit he's the real deal. Like the energy he brings is like serious, you know. Yeah. And so it comes as no surprise that he's come as far as he has. You know what I mean? So yeah, Pac is a favorite of mine. And yeah, you know, when you see that, like you want to see what their journey is continues on, you know. Yeah. So Pac is a favorite. And then another favorite, man, like there's a b-boy in my head, but I don't want to like mention him just because I feel like that's like a previous favorite of mine.
Just say
it.
I don't know. It's fuck. All right, you know, I guess I have to because I don't have another answer right now. But I really like the way Fe moves from Jinjo.
What the fuck, damn, Dennis.
Dennis.
I know that's another random answer, but it's just
Nah,
I
I think
took
sick.
the
That's
time.
Dennis's favorite.
I took
Yeah.
the time to like dissect this guy. Like what about this dude?
The
like,
swipes, bro. It's the
helps him
swipes.
Yeah.
wins battles. Like yeah, it's the swipes, it's his stacks, it's it's his composition of moves. Yeah, man, he's super dope.
Yo,
Something
Dennis
just
something I
busting
want to
that.
say about like
I'm
the
about
whole
to
set
cry.
thing too is that I hate the use of the word set. Like I think that doesn't do the process justice. You know, I like to call them compositions because it's more like you have to take the time to like. If you do it well, like it takes a lot of time and energy. You know, so I feel like the word set is just kind of like.
It has a negative connotation.
Yeah, I don't like that word. You know, and there's
Oh.
plenty of quote unquote set b-boys that are super nasty and they freestyle their sets anyways, right? So. Yeah, I just want.
Why not just call it a recipe, bro?
You can call it
Yo,
recipe, man. Yeah,
Yo,
that's
call
another-
it a story, bro. It's a story.
Nah, that's
Story.
bullshit, bro.
a story. I
I
don't like that
represent
either.
my life is in that story, bro.
Hey, man, yo, I'm about to teach you how to make your recipes.
Yo, my style is like a poem, dog. I don't know about you guys.
That's whack.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
Don't
wanna hear
lie.
that
But you know what
poem.
rap music is? It's basically poems over beats. So
Yo,
I
James,
guess
bro.
hip-hop
I
is
know
fine.
out of all three of us, yo, you have a notebook that you have all your movies.
I
in.
actually
Don't
do.
lie, buddy.
Yo,
I see,
what I
I seen
used
your
to do,
notebook.
what I used to do, I used to have it all on my phone, and I'd have it as emojis. So it'd be an emoji, and then it'd be like written out beside it, like what the move
Ah.
is. So in my head, I'd pop it, and it'd be like, I don't know, whatever the fuck. It'd be like
Oh, I-
dragon,
Mhm.
Japan flag, and like hot dog or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess Randy. So do you name your? Do you have like specific names for your sets? I mean, I'm not gonna
Killer
lie. I name my. I'm a set b-boy as well.
No, I
A
do.
recipe
I
book.
have a notebook myself, and now I use a spreadsheet because I feel like it's just
Yeah.
Ooh,
I used to have Excel too. I used to do Excel.
yeah.
Damn,
it's
James.
color
just
code them
organized.
head of the game.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
yeah,
I color
I
code
have
my shit.
names. I have names. Like I have one move called the prayer freeze because like I do this with my hands while doing.
Ah, I know that set. I know that set. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
and
know
then
that.
Killer
there's another
whale.
one-
The killer whale.
Yeah, the killer whale. I have another one called carryover. That's not a great name, but it's because like I bring my arm over my head and I carry my body over, so it just makes sense to call it that.
Oh, word up, word,
Um,
word.
How do
And then
you?
there's another one.
Oh, go on,
what-
go on, go on, go
Oh,
on.
yeah, one more. There's another one
Yeah.
called the elephant freeze because like when I was a kid, like this was like the thing that
Oh, okay.
it's just like this is an elephant, and then so when I made this thread freeze, like
Oh.
that's the elephant freeze.
That's
This is
cool.
how I remember.
That's
yeah.
cute.
I was gonna ask, how
It's
do you
cute.
create your stuff?
How do
How
I
do you
create?
create your shit? Yeah.
So as I said before, when I started, I would just like try whatever, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, the creative process is so random nowadays.
Mhm.
Like, I think the most important thing is you want to build from what you have, right? So like, you have this movement you've been doing for several months or like a year, and then all of a sudden like you could upgrade it into like 3 different ways. Yeah. Like that's like a main way I end up with a lot of my creative stuff.
That's
And
exactly
then,
how I do it.
Yeah, I think it's very similar for most of us. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's also like you watch your own footage and then you think, wait a minute, like it would be a lot doper if I just added
Yes.
that
Yes.
or did it that way. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure most of us do that too. So there's nothing like super unique about how I
Yeah.
come up with shit. I feel like a lot of us go through a similar process. in
Yeah.
creating
Dizzy
stuff.
said when I started, like find 3 moves you like, and then just make everything, like every entrance and every exit, and just connect everything to those 3 moves, and then that's how you make your style.
Ah.
So that's
Good
why I was like,
tip.
oh shit, I guess that's this is
Yeah, 'cause,
foundation.
like,
Yeah,
for me,
yeah,
like
man.
that.
Keep it simple. Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Eric will Halo all day.
Yeah, that's like my shit, bro. Halos, baby.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I see your clips. You have solid ground power, dude, and I like your
Oh
flow.
shit.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
bro. Thanks.
Yeah.
But damn. So I guess so we go on to this next question, yo. So you won many jams in New York, yo. So what would you say would be your biggest accomplishment in breaking right now, as of
Oh.
right now?
First of all, I don't even think I've won many games in New York. So
Oh, I see you win, yo. What is this?
No, I
Or
win
you-
a lot. I feel like most of the jams I win are out of state. To be honest, yeah, it's
Yo,
hard to win in New
Hey, a
York.
win is a win, yo. A win is a
Even
win.
at-
Do you
Yeah, I
feel like
get-
it's a lot of the judges' boys win in New York?
So
Oh, the
yes,
biasness.
that
Yeah.
does happen. That does happen. I have to say, and I could say this with confidence because not only have I, not only has that screwed me, but I've benefited from that myself. So yeah, I could say for sure that there's definitely bias in judging in New York. But my most biggest accomplishment would
Like,
I would say,
it doesn't have to be a concert. I guess like what was like a battle or an event where that was like the highlight.
Yo, ruthless,
that
bro. I know it's
highlight.
ruthless.
Ruthless is definitely up there, but man, this is you know what? I'm gonna have to say top 3 at the moment would be the most recent jam I won in Florida. Just cause like
that was in Florida.
Yeah, it's been a whole year since we've been to a jam, right? And like I struggled a lot to maintain my body the past year, you know. So it was just like a big accomplishment just to say that like I got back into breaking, and then I was able to win a jam on top of that, you know. So that's pretty big. But you know what? Actually, my biggest accomplishment wasn't even a win. It would have to be Outbreak, when I went with Jumanji a long time ago, and we made top 16 out of like 200 crews.
And like, that's accomplishment already. Yo,
yeah, and like honestly speaking, I don't think we deserved it because like so many people killed it that prelim, you know. but you know, like we held it down, and I was like really proud of myself that day. And like if anything, like that trip, like I was like, yo, my breaking is gonna be my thing for a while after this, you know.
So it was like motivating, keep you going.
Very motivating and very inspiring. That was also my first trip, like the first time I flew for a breaking jam. And the first time I saw like b-boys from outside the tri-state area. So it was just like overwhelming, you know, like you see like breakers from all over the world, ciphering everywhere, you know. And I got to meet so many different people, like who I still keep in touch with today. It was just, you know, it was a life-changing experience. So that has to be up there. Yeah.
Damn, yo, fair. So I guess we'll move on to this, yo. So what is your goals in breaking right now? Like, what do you want to do like in the future of your breaking career?
So my more short-term goals would have to be to win or get as far as I can in as many jams as possible. I know that sounds mad shallow, but it's just, you know, I love this shit and I'm competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I just want to do it up. And if I'm going to be concrete about that, I would like to battle at Red Bull.
Yes,
I heard
I was asked that.
there's a New York qualifier coming up in the summer. That's what I heard. That's a rumor, by the way.
And you guys have jams coming up?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
States, bro, it's a different world than Canada right now is.
So you know, I'd like to do that. And this is what I'm about to say is a very lofty ambition, but I feel like if I aim for it, like things will come to me. I want to represent in the Olympics.
Hell yeah.
I know that's like, you know, so impossible because they only have one representative per country. But again, I feel like if I prepare for that, then like other things will just come my way, you know? So that's a goal. I want to, I don't know how, but I want to somehow be part of the institutionalization of breaking as it becomes more mainstream. Because we all know that's coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we all know that there's gonna be more media attention and more investments, and so like a lot of people are gonna get involved somehow in this dance at a more official level. And again, I don't know how, but I feel like I have skill sets that I can use in other ways besides the breaking itself to help out in that.
Like the business acumen or the communicate, like that kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. Whether it's teaching or like coaching or judging or like media stuff, or I feel like you guys would be great at the media stuff. But
Eric will be great at the media stuff.
We'll get canceled. We'll get canceled.
With Canadian TV, bro, we're terrible.
Yo, I literally just shouted out my cousin that's in prison.
Yeah, what did you say before that?
Nothing.
But yeah, that'd be a goal of mine. So
that's
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So this is a good transition.
What's up?
I was just saying, I hope that comes true. What the hell?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Dude, it will come true, yo. So I guess transitioning from what you're saying about like the institutionalization of breaking. So what is the New York scene like right now? Like, because I guess to compare like in Toronto, like not gonna lie, our fucking generation is dying. To be honest, yo. Me and Dennis, we're the last of the dedicated generation. So I was just wondering what's it like in New York? Like, how's the new gen going?
And first of all, that's kind of a shame to hear. I hope it gets better. Well, you know, there haven't been that many jams, right? So I feel like once events pick up, things will come around. But the New York scene right now, it's a little hard to tell because again, like there haven't been events, and also personally, I haven't been out. Like there are like a bunch of local spots that I see people at, but I've been mostly practicing at home, so I don't get to really see people. But from what I gather, the scene is, I want to say it's alive and well, man.
Damn.
Oh, that's good.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm
Like
jealous.
Sick.
there's a good mixture right now of like OGs helping out with the scene, the people that
Damn.
are currently like repping, and then the younger generation coming up. Like I don't know if you guys heard about Dynamic Kids, like K Glide has a studio.
Yeah.
Like there's just a bunch of kids right now coming out of the studio in Manhattan that are all like pretty solid. And
Holy
it's
shit.
kind of
Manhattan
keeping
kids?
everyone on edge. Oh, they're not. I don't know. They're all from Manhattan, but the studio is in Manhattan,
Okay.
right? And there's so many crews, that are still active, and
I guess what about like Rocksteady crew? Like, do they have like? Cause that's from New York, right? So
Not
I'm
anymore,
assuming
they
Rocksteady.
don't.
Nah, they don't really have a presence in New York, to be honest. Obviously, everyone knows them, and they have like connections here, but they're not really active in the scene, both in terms of like battling and serving the community. Just to be honest, like I'm not trying to knock them. It's just like the way it is, I'm sure they do great things like elsewhere.
Well, the
But
crew doesn't exist anymore either, so who cares? It's all OG stuff.
yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, like something I wanted to say before, actually, that I guess I should add in now is that it's true. Like how Kurt Rage said last week that it's hard to win in New York.
Yeah.
So by the way, Courage is in the live stream chat.
Like I wanted to just
Courage.
touch on that real quick because I was thinking about it before this podcast. Like it is true because there are a lot of crews that have been around for a while, so they have like established this legacy and like this status and unspoken reputation in the scene, and so it's formed like this inner circle in the New York scene. And they want to keep it that way, right? And so like what they'll do is if they feel like their boys were had a good battle, like they might give it to them as opposed to like
the politics.
Politics, but it's like regular b-boy shit. I feel
it's normal.
It's normal. It's normal with anything.
And if anything, like it's gotten so much better recently.
Okay, yeah, that's dope. That's good.
Because man, like 7-8 years ago, I would see some like egregious fucking robberies. You know what I mean? And like nowadays, like I think also because of the way the world is, like we're all more interconnected. Like the New York scene is like not like so much within its own bubble anymore. Like we understand like we're just part of like the bigger picture, like the bigger international community. So it's not as bad these days, but it's definitely has been a thing. But yeah.
Do you feel like it's been like okay, so like we said at the beginning, like we thought that your style isn't like when we thought New York, we thought of like I don't know, something else. But like you're dope, and we're not knocking you or taking anything away. Oh, I guess it's me. I'm not taking anything away.
Fuck you saying, James? Okay.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying like shut up. Like I'm just saying like I wouldn't have, like we said before, like, we wouldn't have said that you're from New York. Like you have like a very unique style. So do you feel like you have like witnessed that firsthand of like you haven't been
biased
because like you haven't been
yeah, because like I guess if you're in a scene and someone's like, yo, you're not doing our style, or you
so like for instance,
kind of
like
thing.
if someone's like, yo, you're not doing any threads, that's not this, like I don't fuck with that. If it was someone from Toronto.
No, that's a great question. I definitely felt that way definitely earlier. Like they would just see me like, oh, this guy's not even breaking. You know?
Oh yeah, like that kind of thing.
Like,
that would happen. And but that honestly never bothered me that much, if I'm gonna be honest with you. That just pushed me, if anything, but on that note, I feel like nowadays a lot of breakers from New York have different styles. There's like a way more diverse scene now. Like I mentioned Kid K before. If you've seen his footage, like he does a lot of threading. I actually think he'd be a good matchup with a Canadian b-boy.
Damn, he's an honorary Torontonian.
You guys would appreciate his style. Another guy I have in mind, who I think you've seen before too, is a b-boy Kilo.
Kilo's
very stretchy, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Like lanky, tall, white dude, right? Like, and he doesn't do anything traditional, but but in the New York scene, like even from the OGs who like do it traditionally, they look at a guy like him, they look at a guy like KK, they're like, okay, that's still dope.
Okay,
like, they're way more open-minded now.
Nice.
So yeah, things are changing in the right direction. I would say. Yeah.
Does Kid K, does he have? Oh, Zebra has the. Oh shit. Okay, I found a battle Kid K versus Zebra. Kid K is like kind of shorter.
Yeah.
And
Small
Zebra
Filipino
has like
guy.
a fro.
Yeah, that's Zebra. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Kid K around actually. Yeah, he's really nasty.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I wish he would travel more. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard that, Kid K. Get your ass out here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
like
that
Kid K?
passport going.
he was in
yeah.
school for a minute, so
Oh shit.
that kind of hindered him. But yeah.
Say.
You
So
know,
I guess
nobody-
right now, so okay,
Oh,
yeah, go James.
No, well, now I'm watching the Kid K. You know, what would be sick. Kid K versus RV.
Who's
That-
Arby?
This guy
Harvey is
from,
like a small Filipino guy that like
yeah.
posts a lot of like questionable things on Facebook,
Oh damn. Okay.
and like he gets banned from
No,
Facebook
no.
every other week.
but his style
RV
is
is sick.
very,
RV is dope,
very-
yo.
Yeah, Harvey's dope.
Very
though. Harvey's
intricate,
dope.
very like very out there. So it's
Okay,
really
okay.
sick. So I would like to
All right,
see
yo,
that.
we might set that up, yo. It's just breaking battle for the tier list, yo. We might set that up in the future. Let's get it.
Dope.
But yeah, so
my
I guess
bad, Kid K.
no worries. So I guess to end off with the New York talk. So who are like let's say what is like 3 crews that are like killing it right now in the scene, like the top crews, including
Word.
your crew as well.
So X Fiends are currently the reigning kings of New York.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
gotta say them. Supreme Beings are the previous kings of New York, and I think they're one of the top crews in the country. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I gotta say them. And I don't know if I can narrow this down to 3 because like the other crews I have in mind, there's like Street Masters, who Pop represents, and the Titans. That's Nebs and them. And I guess my own crew. Yeah. So
Put you guys
Yeah,
up there, baby.
yeah,
Asian
there's so many.
represent.
There's so many. Oh, how could I forget like Dynamic Rockers, Ready to
Oh, yeah,
Rock?
Dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
we know Ready to Rock.
Yeah, Ready to Rock.
Oh,
yeah.
Kobe
yeah.
I feel like
Troubles, yo.
Ready to Rock is more of like an international crew, more so than.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, I know
MZK
they're
kinda
from
thing.
New York. They're from New York, but I see them rep everywhere, and like a lot of the more active members are just like from all over, right?
Yeah. Shout out to
Mm.
Trouble. Shout out to Toby. Like, there's one member. He's got one guy he's from Australia. And he lives here now.
Oh, word. Oh yeah, Toby. Yeah.
Toby. Yeah.
I've seen him.
Mhm.
I've seen him.
He's dope.
Yeah, he is dope.
True.
He is dope.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
yo,
saw,
so
I
let's
saw
try-
that Tricky Trouble that episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how
That's some
we're,
juicy
we're
stuff.
we're a little familiar with that.
Yo, you got any juicy stuff you want to air out right now in the podcast? Or is
Yeah,
that for the
so-
after show?
Well, I do have one. There was one skill
shit.
that I remembered about like
Yo, let's go.
some
don't have to
terrible,
name
some
names, but
terrible
we
judging.
before
Yeah,
it.
I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna
Okay.
name.
Yeah,
this-
yeah. You don't need to name names.
Yeah. So there was like this crew anniversary that happened. This was a while ago.
5 Crew Dynasty.
No, not that
They
crew.
call it the judges at their own jam.
And yeah, so all 3 judges are from the crew, right?
Okay.
Like, hosts from the crew, the
That's
DJs
already
from the crew.
fucked up.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of crewmates entering the battles.
Oh my
right?
Dude, what the
So
fuck?
yeah, like you already know like that's like a red flag right there, you know what I mean? And like the calls were just bad like all night. Like
Oh my
everyone knew it.
God.
But then to make matters worse, in the middle of the jam, all 3 judges had to like leave. Like one had to go home, another guy was like too high to judge. And then I think the third, I forget the third, like he just like he couldn't be found. He like left and like they
Just left.
Oh,
So,
God.
so they hired 3 new judges.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. I remember hearing.
And they were all also from the crew. Right? So-
Yo, when in doubt, go for your own
Yeah.
crewmates,
and
baby.
I'm pretty sure one of them had just shown up too, just to support. So like he didn't see the other battles. Like how you gonna know like if repeats are happening? Yeah.
Damn.
But that was mad stupid. Like that's the kind of shit that went down. You know.
Did
in
you
New
enter
York.
that jam?
Damn, that's
I
some
did enter
fucking
that
sketch.
jam. Yes.
That's why you remember.
and to top it off, I guess one of the replacements had to leave too before the final battle. And so the host ended up judging. So by the end of the night, 7 judges had judged on a 3-man
Yo,
judging
this-
panel.
They've been cycled, yo.
It
Yo, I
just
don't
a
know,
s-
man. That sounds like 5 Crew, yo.
No, it wasn't 5 crew. It wasn't 5 crew.
I'm not gonna lie, that's happened in
Yo,
Toronto too.
Baba.
That has happened in Toronto.
That's happened in Toronto. You're
But not
lying,
all-
What
bro.
jam
not
is
all
this,
3,
yo?
Like one judge. It happened to like
I
maybe
mean, it's just
one.
one.
Dude, they actually cycled through like two cycles of
Yeah,
judges.
the whole roster,
Yeah,
bro.
like in pure Toronto style, it's just a knockoff version of New York.
Oh my god, yo.
The corruption runs deep, eh?
Yo, this is
Goddamn.
probably dynamic rockers, bro. I'm just putting it out there. Yo,
it
shout out to
wasn't
Kid
dynamic.
Glide.
It wasn't dynamic. It wasn't dynamic.
Yo, Randy, you let us know in the after show.
All right, no
All
doubt,
right,
I
yo.
will.
All right, sick. All right, so let's transition out of breaking and let's do this. Yo, so what talents you got outside in breaking, yo? Yo, what's the man behind
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the-
Young1?
We see them books, we see them drums, we see that ball in the back, that
Yeah.
bounce.
You look like a very talented person, yo. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Very
I
eclectic.
mean,
taste
there's a bunch of things I dabble in. When I was younger, I played a lot of sports. That's how I kind of naturally transitioned to breaking. So like,
Mhm.
I played ice hockey for like 10 years. I
Yo,
played
what position?
You're
volleyball,
more Canadian than us.
soccer. What's it? But to be honest, like I feel like I've dedicated so much time to breaking that I haven't had enough time to really develop other talents. Like I just
Yeah.
like again, I just dabble in other things, you know.
Yeah, I know
So,
exactly
like,
what you mean by that. Yeah.
I started to learn to play drums. I've been playing chess a lot lately.
Ooh.
But the thing is, like, whenever I feel like I try to do something else, whatever I learn from it, I just go back to breaking with it, you know. So like, yeah,
Breaking
yeah,
was number one.
yeah, man, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I used to play like a lot of instruments growing up, but that's like in the past. I can't even consider them like talents anymore. You know what I mean?
True. Yo, you're Korean. You learned Taekwondo, right?
I did learn Taekwondo, of course.
Oh
Yo,
shit!
So
Say
yo,
what?
yo,
stereotypes. That's a
Yeah.
negative.
What belt? What
stereotype.
belt were you? Or did you end up with?
I think I ended up with brown belt. Yeah, I just
Oh shit! Almost
Yeah,
black
you
belt.
went in.
yeah, almost. But you know, that was like elementary school, right? Like
Oh.
They
True,
stick
true.
to you then.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel so embarrassed to like cut that.
Nah,
like, cut-
nah, that's good, yo.
Yeah, 'cause-
bro.
I want more to say on that, but I just don't. Yeah.
Yo, you're talking to Randy Moss right here, yo. I never played football. I never touched football, bro.
Yeah.
But damn,
I'm sure
son.
it all-
Do you guys even follow American football?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay. I was
Not
just
me,
wondering.
but only
We
Super
have like
Bowl
our own
shit.
Canadian league, but no one
Oh
cares
yeah,
about it.
yeah, the CFL, right?
No one gives a shit except for people in like bumfuck like Alberta. Oh.
There's a reason why it's made in America, yo, because man's over there, they fucking grow big, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was crazy. You played New York football. New York football is nasty.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, they go in there.
New York
I
football.
guess here's
Yeah.
another fun topic. Yo, what is the worst injury you ever got from breaking?
Damn, is that really a fun topic?
Yeah,
Nah.
that's pretty
Yo, we definitely all been injured before, yo. I mean, we were all three of us, we were injured at the same time, yo.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
damn.
Quarantine happened at the perfect time.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean this pandemic, I was very badly injured actually.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like both my wrists, my shoulders, like I had ankle pains. Like what happened was, you know, I've been breaking so much over the past years that like because of the pandemic, when I stopped, all these injuries like just came up, you know.
Mhm.
Like what your
Mhm.
body does is like it compensates for your injuries, right? To like keep
Mhm.
going.
Mhm.
And then once you finally rest, like they reveal themselves slowly. And so like I went through like a really rough patch over the summer, and so I started to see a physical therapist / trainer to help me out.
Mhm.
My first main injury would have to be like my lower back, because I didn't know how to do flares properly, and so that fucked me up. Like I couldn't even sleep. Like I would like go to
Holy
like it was
shit.
so bad. That was years ago. I had a dislocated foot at some point too. That actually happened in the middle
Damn.
of a battle. Like my
Oh,
foot just went
God.
like this. Yeah, that was okay. Actually, that was the worst injury.
That sounds fucked up.
Because
Sounds
that,
like the worst one.
that was like an actual injury. Like I couldn't even like walk like for like,
Yeah.
months after that.
How long into
um,
breaking were you? At that
When that happened, I would say like 8 or 9 years.
How long
Holy.
have you been breaking?
13 years.
Holy.
Yeah.
Unlucky 13 number, yo.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Or be a very lucky
I was,
one.
I was
It is
also
unlucky, it's a
stupid
corn.
because like the foot dislocated in the middle of like my Toprock, and then
Yo, see,
And-
Top
Yo,
yeah,
fuck
and then-
Toprock, bro. Fuck Toprock, right?
I continued the round and did all my shit. I was like, fuck, that was a bad idea. I should have just like took the L and like stopped
Yeah.
it, because I took the ultimate L by losing mad time.
All right, yo. Here's a question for
Oh,
you,
shit.
bro. Here's a question for you.
Yo,
Do you think Top Rock matters?
of course it matters.
He's from New York. Of course he's gonna
Of
say
course.
that.
Boy, likes FV anything.
All right.
Top Rock matters.
All
bro.
right, all right.
Y'all
so,
can suck a fucking fat cock.
so what I said was,
Yo, CBC,
in
I hope you're
battle,
listening to this and get
Top
us to
rocks
be your
don't
media.
matter, bro.
And my bad, Jane. I think I cut you off before. What's up?
No, you didn't cut off nothing. You didn't cut off anything important. You didn't cut off anything important.
Dog, I'm more important. But no, you know what's not important? Battling, doing mad top rocks in your set, bro. That shit don't matter.
God damn.
I love how Dennis gets so mad. The person who top rocks like the least.
Are you dumb?
Yeah, yo, I
Actually,
thought
no,
it was
no,
more
Eric,
Dennis, huh?
You know, I talk about the most out of everybody except for Young1.
Yo, dog,
Chill.
I can for sure out top rock you right now.
You're actually high as shit, bro.
Yo, I
With
must
your
be
bum
high.
knee, I don't know, yo. Actually, wait, no, never mind, James, your knee's better.
Yo, tell him true one. Tell him true one.
Look, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So,
not-
what's up, James?
Top rock
What's up?
is the seasoning on top. That's all it is. It's like your set shouldn't base around top rock. Footwork, it could base
Yo,
around.
why
Power,
not? Why not,
base
bro? Why
around.
not?
Okay, he's good at top rock.
Bro, you're pretty much making bread with no flour.
No, man. It's
You
the
can't just
seasoning.
do
It's
that.
the seasoning. It's the
No,
seasoning.
no, man. It obviously depends. You know what I mean?
The main
like-
ingredient is the footwork, power, and the freezes. Everything else, there's a little dabble on top, a little salt bay on top.
What about B-boy Code from Morning About? Remember that guy?
Yo, it's not talking.
Oh
about
yeah, he had like a pop, he had like a popping kind of top rock.
Yeah. He killed it.
He's
up
pretty
top.
cool.
Yeah.
It's unique. It's unique.
No, I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of b-boys say that's not even breaking. So, hey,
God
Those
damn.
guys are fucking haters, and you know it.
the hating on the Korean guy.
True.
It
All
was
right,
from
yo. So
Korea, I
let's.
heard that too.
So you guys have any more questions for Randy? Because then I'm gonna move on to the fan questions.
When okay, I always ask this
Oh
question.
yeah, right. Yeah, ask that question. Yeah.
When's
yeah,
the time that you've smoked someone, and when's the time you've been smoked?
Mm,
yeah. Yes.
Okay. I guess it's easier to answer the second question because you always remember like
always
when
remember
guys,
that.
yeah. So when I first started breaking in New York, there was a crew called Brooklyn Zoo.
Oh yeah.
And they were kind of like my bullies. Like,
Yeah.
like for some reason, like whenever they saw me, actually I know the reasons because there was one crew battle where like they didn't like what I said. I was like, you know, very like overconfident back then. And so whenever they saw me, like they would like always make it very like awkward for me or very difficult for me to like be at the event, right?
Oh, really?
So there was one guy in particular named B-Boy Oreo, who by the way is a great dude. Like I've come to know him a bit better now. But yeah, he would like smoke the shit out of me, you know? And it was just like a wake-up call, like, okay, like this is the real deal, you know, because these guys are like at that time while I was like in my teens, they were already veterans who had been around for a while.
Mhm.
To them, like I was just another Asian kid that was trying to like look cool with his dance. And I was, honestly, you know. So like they put me in my place, and so that was like the worst smoking that I got. Now the one time I smoked someone, I mean there are like mad battles where you just beat the crap out of someone because you're just better than them.
Yeah.
But the one time, and I actually want to keep this guy nameless just because I respect him a lot. But this dude called me out like pretty randomly, like near the end of a jam. And I think like he was surprised at how much stamina I had. So he just like couldn't keep up at some point, and all his moves were starting to look the same. And like a bunch of people were watching, they're like, oh shit, like, and when I was like also like in his region. Yeah. So it just looked really bad for him. And I was just like, yeah, like that's the works right there, man.
Yo, sorry, Tata, man. My boy brought you the smell.
Yo, moves starting looking the same, huh?
Yo, your hair gloves be looking the same, dog.
Nah.
Yo, those Websters. Oh shit.
Never.
Yo, I can't keep up, bro.
Yeah, that's that.
You say. All right, yo. So anyone else got any questions before we move on to the fan?
Dennis, you got one?
All right, baby. So we're gonna move on to the fan question now. Let's go, yo.
All our real questions are on the Patreon.
I'm nervous for this. I'm nervous.
No, no worries, yo. Yo, no worries, yo. James, do the shout out, yo. Tell everyone to follow our shit. Go.
Yo, you better follow our fucking shit right fucking now, okay? All right? All right, there, I did it.
All right, yo. So
Yo,
one of our first.
You can follow us on fucking our YouTube that you're already watching this on. Follow us on our Patreon. Yo, donate. It's only $1 a month. It's light, you know. It's going to a good cause. We're gonna post some
You
jams.
get to join our Discord where we talk shit a few times,
Yeah.
you know.
Join
Yo,
our Discord.
I found out today you guys
All
are
the
also on Spotify. Yo, follow.
Oh, yeah,
Spotify. Yo.
Yo, beyond that, just
Yo,
making that Spotify money. Let's
Yeah,
go.
dude.
Hola.
You
We
don't gotta
the
keep the
boys.
video open if you're listening on your phone. You know what I'm saying? That convenient. I got you guys. Yo, Spotify.
Yo,
True
young
say, yo,
boy.
true say. You've got on
Young
Spotify,
boy.
baby. Yeah, so we have fan question. Yo, whoever's on the chat right now, you guys can ask questions while you're watching this. But yeah, so I'm gonna move on to that shit right now. So first question: if COVID is gone, where would you go for public practice sessions in New York City?
Oh,
Sounds like someone that wants to go to New York.
someone who wants to see me.
Who doesn't want to see you, baby? Let's
Well,
go.
it would obviously have to be my crew studio Wondrous in Brooklyn.
We're Brooklyn.
Because that's like my second home, and I practice there all the time. But it's I mean, whoever's asking this probably knows me, but it's just, you know, practicing at home is not only very convenient, but it's also very productive, right? Like, you know, someone like me, I like to come to practice with an agenda, and when I'm by myself, like I go beyond that. Like I get a lot of shit done. So yeah, that's kind of why I've been staying at home. But yeah, I would go to Wondrous just because I want to catch up with a lot of my homies out there. Yeah.
You say, yo. All right. Next question. What was the NY scene like when you were coming up? Were there a lot of Asian American kids in the scene? And were there a lot of Asian American kids in the scene when he started breaking? So when you started breaking?
Yeah, there were a lot more than there were now. Actually, this is what I want to talk about, B-Boy Chemistry, who was one of the top dogs in the scene. So much so that there's an interview you can probably find online where even Gravity is like, I want B-Boy Chemistry like as a call out because Chemistry always beats me. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, this guy was,
right
I call him the dragon. Because, you know, because he's so good, and like he would win so many battles, and he has a super dope style, like, you know, a super real dude. And he inspired a lot of younger Asians to like take this more seriously. You know, like he started like a wave of, he doesn't even realize it. I feel like, you know, a lot of teenagers started breaking because of him, or like at least continued breaking and took it more seriously because of him. So yeah.
Oh, is he like an OG or like a young OG or something?
I wouldn't say he's, yeah, I would say more of a young OG.
Yeah, I just saw footage of him doing like a reverse airflare 1.5. Yo, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he has a lot of shit. He has a lot of shit. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I answered a lot of that question earlier about the New York scene.
Yeah.
Things are definitely more different now.
Yeah,
so.
and half of them are in Floor Obsessionz now.
True. All right, I guess the next question. So where did you guys? How did you guys come up with the name Floor Obsessionz, or like what was the origin of that name?
So I don't know all the details behind this. What I do know is that it was almost like an accident because the group that started the crew, they were trying to do was enter a talent show, and they needed a name for it, and so they just came up with Floor Obsessionz for a fucking talent show, and they're like,
bro.
And I think they won the show or something, and so let's stick with the name, and that's
exactly
really
how.
That's really
That's exactly how our crew got our name. Yo, Hogan Nga. Yo, we were entering this Chinese talent show, and I was like, yo, and then like, because Hogan Nga is like a very, very common phrase Chinese people say when they say like holy shit. That's basically like saying holy shit. So like, Hogan Nga, let's do it. So that's how we got our crew name Hogan Nga.
I like that. Yeah, I always wonder what that name meant. So
then tell them the real meaning of the word Hogan.
I don't want
that story your mom told you.
I don't want.
Dennis, we have new members that could be watching. They have to know.
Okay, so my mom told me when I told them I was in a dance crew, and she was asking, "What's the dance crew name?" And I was like, "Yo, it's Hogan Nga." She's like, "Y'all stupid," because apparently in Hong Kong, like when like Hogan Nga, like as a slang is used to like say someone has a big dick.
Oh, really?
Because like people don't usually say hogging up. They usually use it as a joke or as like a slang for when someone has a big dick. They usually use other words when they're saying something's cool.
Yo, whatever, man. I think it's still pretty dope. I think it's still pretty dope.
We can't change it at this point.
Yeah.
I was 1 year deep. I'm like, yo, can we change the name? They're like, no.
Yo, 1 year balls deep in Hogan Nga, yo.
It's like, holy fuck, yo, I hate this name.
So it's like rabbit soil.
Yeah.
Rabbit soil. So right, here's the next question. So how did you get into organizing college breaking events? Break You, and are you still involved? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about that. Damn. So I guess tell us about that. Organizing jams.
I organized a jam called Breaks You for several years, and actually through that jam I got to meet a lot of Toronto heads like Jarek. I met Jeff, the organizer of UBL, through that too. So the reason why I started is because around like 5 years ago, I felt that the New York scene was dying a bit. I felt that a lot of the other local scenes in the region, like Boston and Philly and DMV, like things weren't going well because there wasn't like a newer generation. And like I wanted to do something about it. And a lot of my formative years were while I was in school. Yeah. Because like when you're in school, you get to travel and like, you know, practice a lot and do shit, right? So I felt that, okay, I kind of want to give this similar experience to other B-boys and B-girls. So that was like the capacity with which I could do that, like organizing this event breaks you, right? So yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. That's how I got started. I'm not involved in it anymore because, well, first of all, there's like a personal reason why I don't want to do it, but also secondly, I want to focus on myself a lot more. Yeah. Well, I guess that's another personal reason, but
Yes.
like yeah. There's another reason that I don't want to quite get into, but
not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But when I'm ready, one day. But yeah. I got you guys. But it's just
If you join the Patreon, you'll know.
Yeah. I had to be real with myself and be like, I really want to take my breaking to the next level. And even though I love this event, I feel like organizing this is sucking a lot of energy and time from my own breaking. And I know that sounds very selfish, but it's just the truth, you know? And if anything, if there's a silver lining to it, I want to use my progress as an inspiration for a lot of the college B-boys that know me now, you know? Like, I feel like it's important to see like someone like thriving and doing well. Yeah, like that I think is the ultimate motivator anyways. So yeah, that's why I'm not involved in that event anymore. And that's how I got started with the event. Yeah. But hopefully, you know what? I'll even add this, like hopefully in the future I can go back to doing that and make it even bigger. So
There you go. Yeah, so I guess so that's all the fan questions we have for this episode, baby. So we're 1 hour and 30 minutes deep.
Oh damn.
So does anyone else have questions from my main host before I end this and we head to the after show?
The after show.
All right, baby. Yo, if you're not listening, if you're not in the Patreon, you're gonna miss out some juicy heat, some good stuff, yo. But that's motivation to join. And that was the first episode of season 3 of It's Just Breaking. We're at episode 21 now. Thank you y'all for watching.
Peace out.
Hey,
Oh wait, before I forgot to say this, yo. So do you want to shout out anyone, Young1?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my crew, my scene. I want to shout out you guys for doing this.
Oh, thanks, yo.
And I want to shout out all the breakers out there who stuck to their craft during this pandemic, because I know it was probably difficult for a lot of people, like with no events and like without a practice spot maybe even. And so shout out to everyone who kept it real. So yeah, there you go.
All right, good shit.
All right, yo, and that's episode 21 with the homie B-Boy Young1, yo. Peace.